Morning, everybody. Welcome today to the show. Guys, a lot of people have been asking about my Fiero and my daughter's little winter project. Well, there it is. Looking mighty fine. We've been having a good time with it. But that's not why we're here today. Unfortunately, guys, it's become to the end of tillage season, and I got to wash this big unit and put it away. And, well, that's going to happen today. It definitely acquired some filth and grime. That'll happen. Yeah, but before we do that, guys, I'm going to go ahead and change out this one hose that maybe is my problem. I don't even know at this point, just because it's the only one that I had any oil dripping off. And maybe, I guess I just don't know, friends. I mean, here's my thoughts. So between, what was it? These two right here, these go to the outlet that I had the lift cylinder on that field cultivator out there hooked to. So following these two along is the other. Now I know you can't see that and it's hard to tell, but guys, this is my wet hose here. None of these other ones were hooked to anything, so they shouldn't be making any difference. Now, my thought here, friends, again, like I say, is I didn't notice it leaking until I run it down the road. So running it down the road, you know, you got the field cultivator bouncing, and that's when I noticed the leak start. So I'm just going to go ahead and change this hose out, wash the whole thing. Let's get this back out of my way. I got to go up in here and get this hose out of here. Oh, friends, I don't see anything super fun about this project. Not one bit. But I'm going to do my best here. So where should I start with my best? I got to take these out because I got to get it through here. I got to pull this little bracket off because I'm going to have to get, that's going to have to slide through. Maybe I don't have to. I don't know. I just don't know. What size is this? That's not that size. Oh, I remember. It's the elusive 1/16 that I don't even have. Why is it that they make wrench sets that have 1 inch and then 1 1/8 inches? Cheap. So, of course, I got to get the hose off that's back here in the corner. Or back here in the edge. I don't know. I'm going to get this one off first, and maybe I can reach back there and sneak that one out. Let's get this out of my way. Okay, yep, you just leak oil all over the ground over there. Oh, you're going to make me take every hose off of here, aren't you? I love these things. Okay, let that one leak oil all over there. What about this one? Where is she going to leak oil? Okay. So, there's that. Finally, got this one off. Good deal. Now, guys, what I'm going to do, now, if you remember, I had some hydraulic problems with this thing, which weren't really problems. They were just, teed into the wrong outlets. Well, since I got all that apart right here, I can maybe put them in the right outlets so they'll work the way they're supposed to. So, that would mean that this one and this one should be on one. That's you. I'm going to put you here. And so you and you. So you, which are you. Let me go ahead and stick you right here, just for now. Like I said, guys, just because it makes sense. And I'm going to leave that hang out right there. So, my affected hose. Let's see how much of this I can pull down here before I hit something. Gosh, quite a bit. More than I expected. Where are we? There we are. Okay, so we're here. Let me pull this little bracket, and I might be able just to sneak that right on out. Let's see. A process of epic proportion. Now, if I can just sneak this one through. Save my grommet. Let's slam this back into place. Now, how about need another 1/2 inch wrench. Okay. How about you? You're gonna come out and agree? Come and play nice today? Okay, so there's that. This slat is now free. Let's leave that right there. I'm going to have to put these all back on in reverse anyway, so might as well. And there, out with that hose. Well there, now that I got this slimy bugger off of there, guys, the hard part here is trying to think about where this exactly was leaking. Now take into consideration this. These hoses have, well, 2200 PSI on them. And at that type of PSI, it doesn't take much more than just the tiniest nick or slice to make it leak. Now granted, I didn't pump out 22 gallons of hydraulic oil in 5 seconds. I was able to work this thing for 2 hours, and I'm only down that far on the stick. It just makes a hell of a mess because it looks terrible. Well, I'm not going to lose much more sleep over this one, guys. I'm just going to replace this hose. If it ain't this one, there's only 3 more to pick from after that. So eventually, we'll get it figured out. Let me run to town, see how many auto parts stores it takes to make one hose, because that's a possibility. And I'll get back with you right away quick here. Well, guys, back from the parts house. I thought I don't have a lot of intelligent thoughts, but sometimes I do, and this was one of those times. So I went ahead and got 2 hoses. I figured, well, I got it this far tore apart. I might as well at least put both hoses on my main outlet, and I'll put the 2, the hoses that are still there. Those will go on, like, say, for instance, the wings outlets, because I don't have a single implement that takes more than 2 outlets. You got one for the main pickup and you got one for the folding the wings up. And we'll find out in chisel plow season, because that's coming up right after wheat season is. And well, then we'll, if it doesn't drip, great. Still drips with new hoses on it, then I guess it's just going to drip. I don't know what to do at that point. So guys, I guess I'm just going to have to, I'm kind of reinventing the wheel here. Not really, just reinventing the plumbing of the wheel. So what I want, this top outlet is the one that I want to have for my first lever. So I want to make sure both new hoses are on that one. So what do I got going on up here? Wonder where all these hoses are going. So one of these is going to the bottom right now, and that's dandy. I want to make sure I don't want to have to unhook and rehook too many hoses if I can avoid it. Okay, that guy. He's going right back on the bottom. That's just fine. Boy, it's hard on a knee. I should have brought that knee pad up here, but there's a lot going on up here, so it just didn't work. Okay, that's good. Now, the next thing I want to do is take, so it's going to be this hose. This is the other one, because remember, they had it plumbed in wrong, so it was both on this side that were up and down rather than this side. So this hose, I want to just get this one right out of my hair. Okay, so let's get him gone. And I'm going to hang on to both of these hoses, guys, because if I get in a pinch where maybe something's not working as it should be, I can just grab one of these hoses and solve that problem. But like I said, for right now, this one goes away. This hose will go on the bottom, and the two new hoses will go on my top outlet. It's all gonna work out. In fact, since I'm standing right here, process of elimination tells me that this will be the right one, so I might as well put this guy back on right here. I'm no math magician, but I mean, when there's only one hose left up here, it's got to be the right one. Okay, I like the way that feels. Now, where was I? More plumbing down here. So this one's got to go. For a reason. Get out of here, fly. Get. Okay, so this hose is now... Good thing I gotta wash the tractor anyhow. This one's going on down here. So then, finally, like I said, guys, everything will be plumbed the way it's supposed to be. I mean, I hope. We're gonna try it. Oil for everyone, whether they ask for some or not. Okay, so there's those two. Now, where's my new hoses at? Okay, let me set you there. Gosh, just is not a place to get comfortable doing this job, guys. All right, mister. Okay, this is supposed to be the lift side, so we're gonna find out. We're all in this together, friends. I'm pulling for me. Oh, you miserable son of a... Okay. Put this one on the drop side. No matter how I do this, how I think it's going to be right, it's still going to be wrong in the cab, but at least it'll be on the right lever. Take the good with what you can get. All right. Now you know, your curly cues and well, guys, I certainly don't have any shortage of hoses back here, no doubt about that. Where'd this one? Oh, he's way in the hell over here. Gotta have my tighten this guy up first. I like that. Okay, no dirt. That's just a shadow. I like it. Got to take care of the old girl. I sure want her to take care of me someday. Like for as long as I farm. This is a terrific tractor. It's got a lot of bugs, but I'll work them one at a time. I'll get all the bugs worked out of it. Okay, so there's that. Now, all I got to do is put all the bolts back in this holder and that holder. It'll be like I was never even here. Oh dear. I'm already questioning everything. There. Gotta keep them separated. Guys, you ever look at yourself and just say, why has everything got to be such a battle? Because if it were easy, everyone would do it. That's what they tell me. Of course, I don't know that. Doesn't matter what I do on YouTube. A lot of people want to tell me how I should be doing it. So maybe they're doing it and I just don't know. Okay. Everything on and tight and good. Guys, let me pick up all these tools. Let's go hook onto something, see if it goes up and down. Let me put my tools where they go. Not like that hasn't been an ongoing problem. Well, guys, let's get the Thunderbus fired up here and hook onto something. I'll leave you right here just for your viewing and listening pleasure. Sure has a nice little rumble to it. Let's try this out. All right, let's find us a tool to back up to here. There's a few. You can't see that because the sun sucks, but I'm glad to have the sun. Oh, it's hard to push in. Where's reverse? Yep, I've chosen wisely. Okay, let's find us a, there we go. We'll find us a tool to hook onto. Easy, big girl. So this hook onto the field cultivator, that's just as good as any, and it's got the right amount of ports. Give me a second, I'll be right back. Okay, if my calculations are correct, this lever should now make it go up and down. Down. Wonderful. And this one should activate the wings, which it does. Guys, I'm going to call that totally successful. And let's whip this thing up in the yard and give it a bath. Well, nothing's dripping, so I guess that's a win too. Not that that was anywhere near enough to make anything happen, but you know what, guys? Take the small wins. All right, let's get the power washer out. There. I think that's going to be just about right. Let's see. Where are you rolling to, big guy? I kind of want to be just away from the barn a little bit, but I still want to be out here a little bit, but I don't want to be too close to any of that stuff because I don't want to make a big old mess in my nice new gravel. So we're going to power wash this thing right where she sits. Well, friends, I guess I'm going to, well, I'm not even going to guess. This is exactly what I'm going to do. So I'm going to go around this whole tractor and give her a spritz. You know, loosen things up. I'm going to throw my Dakota wash on, give it another spritz, and then I'm going to give her a good rinse down, guys, and then I guess we're just going to put her away. Done all I can do today. heavy duty off of it. So let me go through now with a little with the Dakota spray. Made a bigger mess over here again, but I had to get all that cleaned out of there. That was just a disaster. And now if I have a hydraulic leak, I'll know hopefully a little bit easier where to find it. I don't need to shower tonight now. Let's let that sit for about 5 minutes, guys, and rinse her off. I think this tractor's gonna look 1000% better. Well, friends, that's been about 5. Let me rinse this thing off and call it a day. I always love power washing tractors. I get more of it on me than, well, you know how it goes. Okay. Yep, got the new end on. Rinse this thing out. Since I got the power washer out, might as well give the daughter's little hot rod here a little spray. Well, guys, this thing cleaned up pretty darn sharp. So I hate to leave it outside, but I got no choice, guys, because I don't have a building big enough to house it yet, but at least it's going to be out of the sun. The sun kind of comes from a this way direction, so I'm going to park it out back next to Massey Kardashian and the 6600. But let's look at this, guys. I mean, this thing really cleaned up pretty well. Not that it was that dirty to begin with, but at least I got all the filth off this side of the engine, all the dust off. And this is my biggest concern here. It isn't perfect yet by any means, friends, but at least it's, I mean, I can see what color the paint is again, so that's good. Well, time to put this thing away for a little while. guys, there we go. This is just gonna have to sit right here for now. And I still got room to get turd sprayer out of the way. Everything back here is kind of out of the way. Now friends, it would be kind of cool if I could build a nice little whoop whoop over all those. That'd be mighty handy, but you know what? Maybe at some point in time. Good looking crowd of old relics right there. And on a positive note, very little wheat was damaged in the filming of this episode. Well guys, I suppose that's going to do it for me today. I got a lot of stuff to do in a short amount of time to do it, so I'm going to get after it. Thanks for watching everybody. We'll see you next time.